Great. So on to question 174, pair. Now, again, this bit here, you've done very well. Again, it's a repetition of an earlier question, a knowledge bit, um, asking us to highlight the advantages and disadvantages. And here we have this discussion about them being simple to record. Um, yes, everyone, even the junior members can understand. Again, we talked about this idea that you might miss out on some controls. Um, and I guess usually the question is that with internal controls, I think ICQs are very much about who's making them. Of course, as auditors, we're the ones who are asking the questions. So the question is, unless we fully understand the controls, and then we can then draft this. So I think actually the better argument for this ICQs must be that we should want to be going with ICQEs. So just look those up again, ICQEs. Just have a stronger, clearer understanding of those. Um, yeah, so the quick to prepare controls, again, sometimes you have controls that are on this standard questionnaire that are not even required to be on there. Okay, great. So again, here you do a great job, by the way. Oh, everything here is perfect. You can go back and look at the question. The key point is there's a lack of integration to the website. I mean, it's riddled with all these really little issues that gets dispatched, and not. And then, of course, you always highlight the consequence. And you talk about the recommendation, and you're very clear. So I'm actually really pleased with your controls. Very happy with that. And then, of course, so I'm totally pleased with them. There's no, you have made you're writing perfect answers. Of course, we've gone from payroll to bank and cash to inventory, and now we're at non-current assets. These are on the statement of financial position. So we're talking about valuation, existence, completeness. Well, we would expect all assets to be there. Completeness, um, ownership, rights, and obligation. Do you own it? Is the thing yours? So, because these are all assets. So you can see analytical procedures per se, yes, analytical procedures in terms of valuation, in terms of depreciation, that sort of thing. So there's a lot. Just think of a fixed asset register, and you have rich pickings. You have so much to work with. Just think of everything on there: additions, disposals, depreciation, revaluations. So you can see that there's a lot. You can carry. I mean, you could just think anything you think of. You could carry out some analysis on the revaluation if there's been any. Of course, as accuracy, you want to add up all the. You want to literally walk through that fixed asset register. That's it. Right. So where are we? Let's carry on. So you come up with some good examples. You're like, listen, okay, substantive procedures. I want to actually know if this thing um, is yours. Select a sample of additions, agree cost of supplier. Okay, yes. This is just accuracy additions and add the list. Review the list to make sure. Yes, this idea of capital items, repairs and maintenance classification. So you don't want to be overstating because you could have an overstatement of of your non-current assets because people will try and capitalize repairs. So here, again, breakdown of additions. Yeah, in terms of disposals. So you can see they've talked about additions and disposals. I'm not sure if that was all they gave you, but um, you have the existing assets, you have additions. And then, of course, rights and obligations. You want to actually see, ask to demand, examine the title deeds, if you like. Look at the bank to see if agree sales proceeds is supporting documentation into the bank account or to however it is you will be paid, and recalculate. Some recalculation going on as well. AEIOU, AEIOUU, recalculation, reperformance, that sort of thing. Great. So that's that. Um, so this next question was talking about, I believe, the point or the advantages of in the interim audit, and you have some good ideas again there. The key point is that if we can do some work before we get to the final audit, it saves money, it saves time. We understand the systems. We're working with internal audit to really do the work on the control, so we can come in and do the substantive testing, right? Because we can rely on that more, can't we? That's kind of where we're going with this. Um, so we're really, interim audit is very much controls testing with some substantive testing, especially for non-current assets, because especially if the client's been ours, we can look at certain things. We can almost pretty much tie that up and just do some finishing work, really, by existence and valuation, if you like, and just do a little bit more testing at the year end. And I think the question asks whether internal audit can help. Yes, they can help with controls, but you are ultimately responsible for the process, for the events taking place. So they must work under you, and it's very much controls testing and areas that are not sensitive or highly material. You have to do that yourself. Cool, great. So this has been substantive testing on non-current assets. Critical that you're very aware of existence, valuation, rights and obligations, completeness, classification, which you talk about anyway, in terms of those revenue costs being put in here. Cool, good work.